Good morning, students. So today I am Salesh Rathod here again to teach you subject science for class 5th. Students, in last video we have discussed of topic of this chapter solid liquids and gases. We have discussed the topic of matter molecules as well as we have also discussed about solubility of solid liquids and gases in water. Okay, now here we are with the third video of this chapter, that is with the topic physical and chemical changes in states of matter. Okay, now let us come to our topic, but before that let us understand the properties of matter. I know that students already you have studied this topic in earlier classes from class 3rd 4th you have studied this topic, but still let us go through it. Properties of matter. First, as you see in solids, atoms are tightly packed. Okay, whereas in liquid you can see these small atoms, they are in a, there is a little bit space in between the atoms, means there will be some gaps between the molecules. Thus in liquid atoms are more loosely packed and have more space compared to solid. Whereas if we talk about gas, then in gas you can see there is a vast gap between each two molecules. Thus the atoms are very far from each other and they can move very freely. So these are the properties of molecules. It depends between the gaps between the molecules. Next, now as these atoms and molecules are tightly packed in solids, solids have a fixed shape and they do not flow, whereas liquids can flow and hence don't have fixed shape. You know students that this liquid takes the shape of a container. In whichever shape of container the liquid has been kept, it will take the shape of that container. Whereas in case of gases, gases don't have fixed shape. Neither it will have fixed shape nor it will have volume also, and it will flow in all the directions. So these are the some properties of solid liquids and gases. Now let us come to our next topic, that is changes of states of matter. Now first let us understand the process of changing of states of matter on the basis of heating and cooling. Students, you have seen this example of water. Water, when it is in a solid form, that is in a ice form, it will have fixed shape like this in cubical form, isn't it? Especially in our home, in refrigerator we are forming these ice cubes in ice tray in our refrigerator. So it will have particular shape when it is in a ice form. But same water, when it turns into liquid form, it will be it will be able to flow and it will not have any fixed shape and it will be in a liquid form. And same liquid water, when we give more heat, means when we will boil it, it will turn into water vapor like this. Thus on applying heat, the states of matter changes from solid to liquid, and when we apply more heat it will turn into liquid to gas. Okay, we will understand the name of this process also in later in this video. Same way, when we go in a reverse form, means when we do this cooling process opposite of heating, when we do cooling process, the totally change of states of matter will be reversed. It means from gas it will turn into liquid, and from liquid it will turn into solid on applying more coolness. Now let us discuss the change in states of matter. Now there are two types of changes, physical and chemical change. Now what is physical change? A change in a matter which can be reversible. Okay, for example, let us see cutting up paper, breaking a pencil, crushing rocks, changing states of matter like ice to liquid, then water on melting it will turn into water form in another states of matter of water. So all these processes are reversible. Okay, means it can be reversed. For example, ice, when you convert into water, that same water can also be again converted into ice. So this is a reversible process and it is not permanent process. And another fact is that these processes are temporary. So From this, we can say that this type of change which occurs in matter are called physical change and not a chemical change. Then what is a chemical change? Let us understand. Chemical change is a change in a matter when a new matter is formed from the previous one. Means you will not get old matter again. For example, we have taken cutting of paper. In cutting of paper, you will not see the new matter. Paper to paper ही रहेगा when you are cutting the paper, isn't it? But if you are burning a paper, then you will not get the same quality of paper again. It will be just simply burnt ashes, isn't it? वो एक राख हो जाएगा. So that burnt ashes is nothing but a different substance. It is a something new substance. So a new matter has been formed from the previous matter, that is paper. So here a new matter has been formed and it cannot be reversed. अब वो जो जला हुआ पेपर है उसमें से हम वापस वो पेपर नहीं बना सकते, isn't it? So we cannot reverse this process. And third thing, that this is a permanent process. Means वो एक बार जल गया है पेपर तो फिर उसको हम वापस उसमें से नया पेपर, वही पेपर नहीं ऑब्टेन कर सकते. So this is a permanent process. It cannot be reversed and it results in the formation of new substance. पहले वो एक पेपर था, अब वो जली हुई राख है, means burnt ashes, isn't it? So this is a chemical change, what we call. Next is rusting. Rusting is nothing but जो आयन होता है, आयन मटेरियल, उसमें जो काट होता है, मीन्स इट्स अ रस्टिंग वी कॉल इट. ओके, this rusting is also again a chemical change. Why? Because a new substance has been formed in this, as well as it is permanent and it cannot be reversed. We cannot obtain the pure iron from rusted iron, isn't it? So again, this is a permanent and irreversible process. Thus this type of change is known as a chemical change. Now let us come to the conversion of states of matter back. What we call these reactions, we call these processes. Now all these processes are physical change. First of all, as we have discussed, why these are reversible processes? Because we can obtain our original material back. Okay, for example, if I'm having a piece of ice and I convert it into liquid water by process of melting on heating, okay, this liquid I can again convert into ice by cooling process, and the name of that process is freezing. So I can get my solid ice cube back, isn't it? Thus this type of change is known as a physical change. Same way, when I will apply heat to a liquid, it will convert into gas, and this process is known as evaporation. When gas, again I will apply cooling effect to this gas, it will convert into liquid form. This process is known as condensation. In short, here also I can change liquid into gas, and again I can change gas into liquid back. So I can get my original substance back. Thus this change is known as a physical change. So dear students, I think you have understood what is a physical change and what is a chemical change. Now let us understand the definitions. First, melting. The process by which solid turns into liquid. For example, ice into water. When solid turns into liquid on heating process, it is called melting process. Example, ice into water. Same way, evaporation. In evaporation, liquid has been turned into gas on heating. Means when we apply heat, the process in which liquid turns into gas on heating, this process is called evaporation. Example, that liquid water will turns into water vapor. The another name of water vapor is steam. Okay. Third one is condensation. Now condensation is a process in which gas has been turned into liquid. It is a reverse of evaporation. In evaporation we were doing heating process, whereas in condensation we will do cooling. So it is totally reverse process of evaporation. Hence this process in which we turn gas into liquid is known as condensation process. For example, water vapor will turn into liquid water. And last one is freezing process. It is a process totally opposite of melting process. In melting, we were turning solid into liquid by applying heat. Whereas in freezing, what we will do? We will turn liquid into solid on cooling. Thus, this process in which liquid turns into solid on cooling is called freezing process. Now, example, liquid water turns into ice. So I think you have understood all the four processes which takes place in nature. And remember that all these four processes are physical process, physical change. Thank you students for watching this video. I hope you have understood all these topics, properties of matter, change in the states of matter, as well as physical and chemical change. Thank you.